Alright, Lakers fans, you can't get mad about this.
Shot clock at 9. Westbrook, 0 of 9, driving on Zubats. Shot clock at 5. Westbrook, shot clock at 2. Westbrook at 1. It was deflected.
This
play. Lakers and Russ into the front court. Russell pull up. No, Russ, no, he missed it. They could take the lead. Oh, Nurkic.
or this.
University of Miami, then San Antonio, and now at LA Lakers. Lakers shot by Westbrook of 3, rebound by, and the Lakers want to run, and on the side, Toscano Anderson got his championship ring the other night with Golden State, 3 by Russ.
Stop first getting mad at this man, the true face of heresy.
This heretic imperiled the great journey.
Rob Pelinka took what was a contending team and turned it into what Lakers fans have been subjected to over the last 2 seasons. A lackluster, spaceless team with a below-average aptitude for shooting the basketball.
Ow. Yup. The truth hurts.
It is important for me to highlight how we got to this point, as it is a far cry from the team that won the championship just 2 years ago. That Lakers team, while not a stellar shooting team by any means, was still able to hit timely shots while also playing premier defense, which is what they hung their hat on and was the identity of that team. After the Lakers won the 2020 NBA championship, they did deal with players leaving as free agents. Pelinka also made attempts to improve the team through trades and signing, which I actually do not fault him for doing. That championship team was far from perfect. I even made this video at the time outlining that the only way they could win the championship was to make shots, which they were able to do in the playoffs at an improved rate to the regular season. However, you can't maintain a roster due to a hot run when the numbers say it was an outlier. They did succeed in improving the team. Even if marginal, the team saw improvements in both shooting and defensive play, although the roster was sadly afflicted by injury. LeBron James only played in 45 games and Anthony Davis 36 games out of that total 72. The team was built around those two, so whenever they missed games, the impact was pronounced. The team had a 28-14 record at the time when LeBron got hurt, and then they finished the season with a 14-16 record with LeBron playing in only 4 of the last few games. The team did not have anyone else aside from James and Davis that could create for themselves or others. This became even more pronounced in the playoffs once Davis was out for the rest of the Phoenix Suns series. The Lakers went from being in control of the series with a 2-1 lead to struggling to even compete. It was too much of a burden for LeBron to carry. It was painfully clear that no one left on the roster would remedy this issue. As a result, Pelinka went back to the lab to try and improve this team again. However, this time was very different than the first. This time they were coming off early playoff exit with a displeased fan base and star players. Now, reasonable minds can differ on how he could have handled the roster changes. Personally, I give him credit for not re-signing someone like Dennis Schroeder, who barely provided the spark the Lakers needed from him in Davis's playoff absence, especially considering the money Schroeder was asking for. However, where credit is given, blame also must be taken. The Lakers came off of that series with a glaring weakness, but tried addressing it with pieces that were their strength. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was a staple 3-and-D player from the Lakers championship run who had just shot 41% from deep in the regular season. He did have a horrific playoffs against the Suns. However, remember when I said Pelinka was right to improve the championship team when realizing their hot shooting was an outlier rather than the norm? Well, somehow in a year's time, he lost the ability to discern a similar scenario with a key role player in KCP. Then he made a move that every Lakers fan knew was a bad decision. He chose to let Alex Caruso leave for the Chicago Bulls rather than re-sign him. The player who was arguably the heart and soul of the team and wanted to stay with the team, even willing to take a pay cut.
So essentially we got that offer, went back to LA, asked if they could do the same, said no, asked for something else that was a little less, said no, and said, okay, well, if that's what it comes to, I'm ready to go to Chicago.
Not to mention a guy who had just shot 40% from 3 that season and played defense well. Yes, he had a bad postseason, but again, it was an outlier. One of the most heart-wrenching aspects of it all is that Pelinka essentially chose Talen Horton-Tucker over Caruso. Tucker, who had only shown minimal glimpses of being a good role player at the time and is not even on the team anymore. Caruso was so loved, they literally had a meme of him being handed the torch from Michael Jordan. That's how much he was loved. You noticing a pattern here?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Each of these decisions are more puzzling than the last. It's almost like he hired the 3 blind mice to scout his own team. But trust me, it gets worse.
What do you mean by that?
I have not even talked about the worst decision he made yet. Russell Westbrook over DeMar DeRozan. It felt like that entire offseason, DeRozan practically begged for the Lakers to bring him in, even stating on multiple occasions he would take less money to play for the Lakers and said it was a done deal.
One, I wanted to go home. That was an opportunity for me to go home. You don't get that opportunity often. I got it before, but I decided to stay in Toronto. It was an option, have had the opportunity to play with one of the greatest players of all time. Why not? It's hard to turn that down, and to want to compete for a championship in your hometown. Like, all those elements just had lined up to allow me to consider a realistic pay cut.
While DeRozan's playing style is not a perfect match with that of LeBron and Davis, he checks off many of the boxes the Lakers needed. His play style is also more suited to playing with James and Davis than Westbrook. He makes his greatest impact when he is the primary ball handler. Obviously, that is not a role he can occupy while sharing the court with LeBron. It's unclear what happened in between it being a done deal and the Lakers making the trade for Russell Westbrook. It is something that has been on the minds of Lakers fans for the better part of a year and a half.
I know it hurts sometimes,
especially when you consider the fact that the Lakers had to trade to go get Russ, and the prospect of possibly signing DeMar DeRozan outright was there and a viable option. There have been rumors that management wanted one player and the Stars wanted another. However, to me, that is no excuse. While the input of superstars is important, final roster decisions are made by the front office. It is hard to find quality role players to surround stars in the NBA, and the Lakers had them. Kyle Kuzma, Caruso, KCP were quality role players that can start or lead off a bench unit on most NBA teams. It is obvious that Pelinka expected his 3 stars to subsidize the loss in role player production. However, when you combine what we have already noted as mismatching pieces with lower quality role players, you get the dumpster fire we have been watching for the last 2 years.
Feel pain, accept pain, and know pain.
Now, the Lakers and their fans alike face an uncertain future where pressure mounts for them to make a move to improve the team with only 2 picks they outright own in 2027 and 2029. A move that would unquestionably tie them to the short-term buy-in but leave them with a bleak draft future and maneuverability if they ever wanted to pursue a different star in the future, especially in a post-LeBron James future where he's not on the team. However, there is the prospect of eating short-term struggles in hopes of things improving once Westbrook is off the books next summer, although that path coincides with sacrificing another year of possible title contention with James and Davis at the helm. The Lakers are backed into an uncomfortable corner they backed themselves into. Now it is entirely on them to get themselves out of it. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Of course, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Every bit of contribution helps to help the video stream in the algorithm, and also drop a comment down on what you guys think about this topic. Share this video with a friend or share it on social media. Every bit of contribution helps, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching these videos. Just to let you guys know, I am soon going to be tweeting out a more concise content schedule so you guys can know when to expect these videos and the YouTube shorts, because I went on a bit of a hiatus of making these written scripted videos and I was focusing more on shorts, but now I want to kind of rein in more of a schedule in doing that. And also, we are going through a rebrand, so this the whole KBR Sports name and such is going to be changing. So for all you guys who have been sticking with me and been watching all the videos, just know that the name is going to be changing, the logo is going to be changing, and all that's going to be going through an overhaul. But I do appreciate each and every one of you that stuck with me through the years, and I'm partially doing the rebrand because I do want to get to a point where I have a schedule and I have things that are kind of set in stone that I'm able to produce on a consistent basis, and it's like in line with the podcast, the other social medias in terms of Instagram, TikTok. If you guys don't follow me there, make sure you guys follow me on those social medias, because I do tend to post a lot actively on there, and so I want to make sure that you guys are seeing the content everywhere it's available. I appreciate every one of you guys watching. Of course, stay blessed.